Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists, episode 546. My name is Kyle.
My name is James.
And my name is Zach.
And you're here to talk about movies, movie lists, and movie obsession for the next hour or so. Happy Labor Day, guys.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Labor Day to you. It's a little early,
Thank you.
but happy Labor Day weekend anyway.
Labor Day weekend, yes. It's
Sure.
a 3-day festivity.
Such a non-holiday, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, I don't know. People in labor unions might have a different opinion on that.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You know what bothers me about Labor Day is like going to Publix and it looks like the 4th of July. And it's like Labor Day is not the 4th of July, people.
No,
Not
but
about the American flag. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to make it 4th of July too for some reason. I don't like it.
it's kind of the end of summer. I think that's the idea. Maybe you don't need all the patriotic paraphernalia, but I get the whole grill out and one last. I mean, where we have seasons, it might be the end of summer. For you guys, it's just sort of another weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with the celebrating and the hanging out and all that stuff. I just don't need it to be rah rah America for Labor Day.
You're right, because not to get too political, but I'm sure the patriotic crowd and the pro-union crowd don't intersect very often.
Sure.
Is that
Yeah,
true?
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know. I don't know if that's true.
I would say, for the most part, the America's great, and yeah, I would say the patriotic crowd is not pro-union, based on my experience being in the union.
Police union, maybe.
Wow.
Yes, maybe that one. There's one, but the whole labor union thing, no, not so much.
I don't know. Maybe I just the way I grew up, I just assumed that most people were pretty pro-America and excited about 4th of July and stuff, regardless of their political opinions.
No, I'm not talking about the people who just want to celebrate 4th of July. I'm talking like the patriotic crowd. Wink, wink.
The MAGA crowd. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean not just MAGA adjacent.
Okay, I didn't know we were talking about wink, wink patriots.
Yeah,
Like, because we're talking about like American flags in Publix. That to me is just unwink
Normal.
patriots. Yeah.
Okay.
Normal American
patriot.
enthusiasm.
Yeah. It's okay
No.
to be excited.
No. You got to pick a side now, Zach. There's no more middle ground. You're with us or against us.
Ridiculous. I
Who
don't
we
even
are,
know
we
what-
don't know, but you better be with us.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, again, I don't have a problem with people liking the flag or America or all those things. I just don't want it mixed with my Labor Day because that's not what Labor Day is about.
And what is it about, James?
It's not about the Star Spangled Banner or cupcakes with American flags on them. That's for sure. It's about, labor unions.
Labor union.
It's about the hands and feet that built the United States, right? And a lot of those people not too excited about flying the flag, I would say. Certain flags that are related to American history. All right, let's talk about some movies.
I've never thought that deeply about it. I just been like, okay, 3-day weekend.
Next time you're at Publix, keep your eyes open.
Zach, that's why
You'll never know what you see.
Any excuse for cupcakes.
I mean,
Sure.
a cupcake, it's fine. It's like the lesser of your pastry confections.
You don't like
What?
cupcakes?
That's crazy.
The
Are you a
Kyle.
pastry snob?
Yeah, yes, I am. The best part about the cupcake is the top half, and then you're just left on the bottom with just dry cake. I mean, it could be moist, but there's no filling to it anymore. There's no more frosting.
You won't have that problem if you don't eat the top half first and then be left with a stump. Just eat it sideways like a normal person.
I can't unhinge my jaw like that to eat it sideways.
Wait, you think it's easier to just unhinge your jaw and just eat the top off?
No, I don't have to unhinge my jaw. I can just eat the top.
No.
And then I'm
no,
left with the stump, though. And I'm like, oh,
No,
I want to do the stump.
Eating it from the top down requires a larger mouth than eating it sideways like a normal cupcake eater.
Just like the point goes in first.
You eat a cupcake in one bite.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, just the top. It's 2 bites. The top is 1 bite, and then I'm left with the stomping.
If being a pastry snob means that you can't enjoy cupcakes, then that is the last thing I want to be. That is awful.
I just think there's better things out there besides a cupcake.
This is off topic, but like a few months ago, I read an article about words that some people have like a thing in their brain where when they hear a word, it immediately disgusts them, like to the point where some people like literally like, like they like start retching type of thing. And they did a survey and moist.
Oh, for sure.
Was on the list.
Yeah.
Some people, when they hear the word moist, they literally have to just turn off the thing that they're listening to because it has disgusted them so much.
But I mean, I'd rather have a moist cupcake than a wet cupcake. Like, there's no better word to describe a well-cooked cake.
Wet wasn't on the list. Moist was.
What were the other words on the list?
I don't remember, but
Okay.
I'm sure I would remember if I heard them again.
Sure.
Moist was the one where I was like, that word kind of grosses me out too. But not like in a gotta shut it off, I might vomit type of way. Can't think of a word that would make me want to vomit. How about you guys?
Nope.
Nah.
No. All right. Good to know. Welcome to this episode 546 of the Cinereelists podcast. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk a movie today. We're going to run down a list, and we're going to play a movie game. And we're going to do all those things in under an hour, maybe. Before we jump into all of that, I need to remind you there's a video version of this podcast on YouTube. Search YouTube for Cinereelists, REEL with an S on the end. Find us there and listen while you watch. You could support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Cinereelists. Check it out. Support the podcast, get extra after show audio, amongst other Cinereelist swag. You could also leave us an Apple Podcast review. We would appreciate that. 5 stars only. Or send us an email to heyguys@cinereelists.com with a question, a comment, a list suggestion, any of those kinds of things. And we will discuss it on a future episode of the podcast. With that being said, let's jump into this week's movie. It's a comedy that's on video on demand right now titled Vengeance. Here's a clip.
Tell me something that you love about where you live.
Whataburger!
Okay, great. Tell me about it.
You want to go right now?
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. You want...
Just tell me about it.
You're gonna love Whataburger, Ben.
Oh, it's the best.
What makes it the best?
Wherever you are, there's a Whataburger.
Yeah, it's always right there.
Okay, and then when you get there, what do you like about it? What do you get?
Whatever you want.
You could order whatever you want, Ben.
Right, but there are a lot of places like that. So let's say there's a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Sonic, and a Whataburger all lined up. Which one do you go to?
Whataburger!
Right. Why?
Because it's right there!
Yes.
That was Vengeance, a 2022 American black comedy film written and directed by BJ Novak and starring BJ Novak, Boyd Holbrook, J. Smith-Cameron, Leo Tipton, Lio probably, not Leo, Lio Tipton, Dove Cameron, Issa Rae, and Ashton Kutcher, amongst others. The official IMDb plot synopsis for Vengeance is: a writer from New York City attempts to solve the murder of a girl he hooked up with and travels down south to investigate the circumstances of her death and discover what happened to her. This is a movie that I think I put on the list. And I did stump for this one a little bit. The last time we did a comedy, I wouldn't claim it. I just kind of put it on the list. Not really, it was just the movie of the week. This one, I had hopes for sure.
I was excited
So
for
that's
this one
why.
too, James. This was
Okay.
on my radar. So
It wasn't only me. Zach,
yeah, not just
did you have hopes or you didn't care about this at all?
I didn't really know much about this movie.
Okay. Nice. Well, We've all seen it now, and the verdict is in. Let's hear it. What'd you guys think about Vengeance?
James, I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't know. It's a very wishy-washy movie, I would say. It's like a movie that definitely does not want to offend anybody, but is also kind of like telling a story about a New York guy, a guy who wants to be a podcaster. He wants to come up with like a great true crime podcast, and he kind of falls into this situation where a former girlfriend has passed away, and so he travels to Texas. He meets her family. Her family is convinced that her death was not an accident, and so he kind of gets it in his mind that like, oh, this could make a great podcast, and so he spends time in Texas trying to learn more about Texans and this Texas family, and also solve this mystery with them. And it's kind of it's set up as kind of like a comedy, a fish out of water comedy, where it's like this New York playboy, I guess, on some level, is now in Texas with these down home folk, and they're going to teach him that the down home folk aren't people to be looked down on, type of thing. Like there's a lot of like the politics between a New York liberal and a Texas conservative on some level. A lot of jokes about that, if you can consider what this movie has jokes. And there's a couple times that it broke through to me, but most of the time I was just kind of rolling my eyes at it, because there's like a lot of these like circular double speak moments where they're like trying to make a point about people and like judging people and stuff like that, but it just all seemed so base level bull stuff that I was just like, oh, this is so not hitting for me. And then the comedic moments were too far and few between for me. And also, I just don't think BJ Novak's that good on screen that I can handle him for like an hour and 45 minutes. He's just not, he doesn't have it. I don't know how else to say it. I've never seen a movie where he's the guy, and he's definitely the guy in this movie. And I was just like, oh, I love BJ Novak in The Office. I've seen him in a couple other things. He was in a Tarantino movie for like a couple frames, and I was fine with those. But this is the first time I had to sit with him being the only source of comedy pretty much for an hour and 45 minutes. And I was just like, oh, I don't like him on screen. I don't like looking at him for this long or hearing him. And that's where it sat with me. What did you guys think of it?
Kyle?
I'm in a similar boat to you, James. I think I liked it a little bit better. But I found it a little slow at times, especially that first half. Like he gets to Texas, it's moving pretty quickly. And then the movie kind of, like you said, it switches from I'm going to make a podcast to I'm fish out of water. I'm going to learn about these down home Americans, and oh, wow, aren't we all the same on the inside? Which was a little preachy, and we've all seen that done a million times before in movies and other media. For me, the movie was hitting when it was focused more on the mystery around this girl and her death, and the different rabbit holes he would chase it down. I thought that was the better movie that was happening here. Less of the, we're all the same on the inside kind of thing going on. I also didn't know if this movie was trying to be a satire of podcast culture or was just lazy about how it's presenting podcast culture, because at times it was kind of poking fun at they even called the show like Dead White Girl or something like that at one point. So it's kind of poking fun at the idea of like, oh yeah, if you got a dead white girl, you got a great podcast on your hands. But then at other times it seemed to be genuine about some of the preachiness about, how we're all divided over our phones and we live in our own bubbles and blah, blah, blah. So it didn't really pick a side of, am I making fun of this whole culture scene, or am I trying to just embrace it and open people's eyes to something else. Am I preachy or am I not preachy? I don't know. I did like Ashton Kutcher in this movie. He's only in a couple scenes, but I thought he was one of the best parts of the movie. Just both his character, his performance. It was refreshing to see from him because I haven't seen a lot of him recently. But I thought he fit into this one. And I did find the ending satisfying. So it did end on a high note for me because the ending is where they focus more on the mystery and less on the commentary. So yeah, I'm kind of mixed on this one. Zach, what about you?
I really, really did not like this movie.
All right.
It is so milquetoast and just boring, and it is so blah. It's just incredibly just tedious, I would say, in how half-hearted everything is, except for the like kind of sentimental stuff of like the can't we all kind of understand each other better kind of seriousness, which was, I thought, incredibly heavy-handed and ham-fisted. And it wasn't, I didn't find this movie to be funny enough to be a comedy. You know what I mean? A big part of that is having BJ Novak as the lead. I mean, the movie starts with like opening credits, which are very clearly like just improv, kind of joking around, just like set the camera up for half an hour and just spitball funny one-liners and then edit them all together. In fact, the editing of this whole movie was so patchworked. Like just in conversations, it would be clear, it would be so obvious how things were taken from different takes. When it would switch angles and people were just in different positions in a way that most movies do better. And this movie didn't. And I think just because of how much the script left open to like improvising, I guess. But the overall effect is none of these characters felt really authentic to me, except maybe Issa Rae. But everyone else, Ashton Kutcher, I liked him on screen just because he played a different character than I feel like he normally plays. And so I enjoyed that characterization. But I found the story uninteresting. I found all of the characters uninteresting. The comedy was so bland and few and far between. The mystery element was half a mystery because it's resolved, but like in a way that personally I found it wasn't a surprise. Like there was no, like, we didn't learn anything at the end that we didn't know halfway through or couldn't have surmised halfway through. So I just thought it failed at so many levels, but it just in general, it was just so inoffensively bland.
I don't disagree with any of that.
Yeah, it didn't want to make a stake or have one point of view. It seemed to try and have every point of view, so no one would be offended.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was doing like Texas caricatures of people, but they weren't big enough. They were just kind of like minor, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It was a waste of time.
Like the biggest character that's not BJ Novak is the Ashton Kutcher character, who's like a guy that's not really from Texas. Like he's the one that he gave all the interesting quirks to, and the actual Texans are just kind of like normal people for the most part.
There were a few times that Boyd Holbrook started going big, and I wish he had done more of that because I think that would have made his character more interesting. Like he was pushed at the envelope of being this broad character and didn't quite make it there.
Yeah, I also felt like the ending, we don't have to go full spoilers, but it didn't feel fully formed when it happened to where I was like, I understood it. And I think in retrospect, if you were to watch it again, which I will never do, you probably could see some clues here and there in certain scenes with certain people that might lead you to where the movie goes. But it just kind of felt like, okay, that makes sense with the title of the movie and, all those kinds of things. But it just felt pretty out of character.
Totally.
For what happened.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've seen movies that have been able to do that successfully. But it's been a while, like in the 90s, like 2 Days in the Valley. There's definitely like 90s dark thrillers that have things like that in them where characters are doing things that you wouldn't expect them to do, but in the moment it made sense because they built to it. In this one, it just kind of felt like, okay, that happened.
I disagree a little bit because I like the ending. I don't want to get too much into the spoilery section, so I'm just gonna say, I think the character recognized the cynicism of the situation and how the other person was interpreting how events would play out, and I think he's kind of snapped over that. So for
he just
me,
didn't seem like a person that snaps.
Right. Or his reaction afterwards was not how that type of person would react.
like how he was cool and calm about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Not possible.
I agree with you. Like, after things happened, I was like, what's he going to do now? And he kind of just sort of walked away. I'm like, that didn't
Instead,
work.
they're
I
like,
agree.
end of movie.
Right.
Think of like if when they made Chinatown, they said, let's not make an iconic movie. Let's make the worst version of this we could. They would have had the ending The Vengeance had. Like, it's like the anti-Chinatown.
Well, yeah, I don't think you might be the first person to compare Vengeance to Chinatown.
No, but think about the two endings, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's approaching something, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why Chinatown's a classic, and Vengeance will be a forgotten film of 2022 at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also feel like at times the writing was good, but just like the situation that they've given you to live in the writing or have it performed to you, or maybe the actors or the tone or any of those types of things just weren't matching the level of the writing, like the words that were being said. It felt overwritten, I guess is what I'm saying. Like in a different movie that wasn't trying to be funny at all, that was trying to be dark from the beginning, I think it might have worked better with the exact same script type of thing. Or you just switch Ashton Kutcher and BJ Novak. You have BJ Novak as the guy that comes in and out of the movie, and you have Ashton Kutcher from the mid-2000s personality Ashton Kutcher playing that character with a little more energy than BJ had. And I think you might have a different movie on your hands.
I will say, I was very proud of my wife during this movie. We were watching it, and it got to the credits, and she saw BJ Novak, writer and director, and she went, "Oh, so self-indulgent." I was like, "Yes." Could convert another one.
I don't know.
No, I
there's
think
lots of writer-director. Although writer-director star,
yeah,
not too many. There's not too many that do that.
Yeah. So she hates the phrase 100%. Like when people. Like at work, she'll like give people, she's a manager. She'll talk to people like, all right, 100% got it. And she hates that. So that opening 5 minutes with John Mayer and BJ Novak, where they're just like 100%, yeah, 100%. It was nails on chalkboard for her.
Sure. I was probably intentional.
Well, yeah, I think it was supposed to be, like kind of bro talk, but it just hit her a little extra.
It was also like a Chekhov's gun in the movie. He says 100%.
Yeah. They reference Chekhov's gun multiple times in this movie.
Yeah.
There were a couple moments at the beginning that got me. Pretty much none at the end, but in the beginning when they were trying to get him to help them solve this mystery, and they wanted him to solve the mystery so that they could get vengeance. And he wanted to solve the mystery so he could have a good podcast. Whenever there was like a podcast joke, like when he's like, I'm going to solve this mystery and I'm going to figure out who this murderer is. And define it.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like that made me laugh. Just that, like, people who do murder mystery podcasts, they're not the type of people that are actually going to get vengeance type of stuff. I found some of those meta jokes humorous, but overall is a lot of dead fish for me.
Yeah, I think where this movie, one of its biggest failures was the whole fish out of water. And if BJ Novak, he wrote it, if he had gotten rid of that idea and just made it more about the podcasting, the murder mystery, maybe the satire, it could have been maybe not a great movie, but I think a better movie.
Mm. There really wasn't that much sending up of Texans either.
Do you know what bothered me?
What?
They kept doing this.
Is that a thing? I've never seen that before to this movie.
It's so. I asked my friend who lives in Texas.
And by the way, Zach is like making a map of Texas with his fingers for people.
Yeah, it's a gesture they do. You know how people in Michigan always hold up their hand and make a glove?
Yeah.
They were doing that. It's a hand signal for Texas Tech. Their mascot is the Red Raider, and it's the guns up signal. Apparently, it's for Texas Tech. It's not supposed to be the shape of Texas. It's just like shooting guns in the air kind of thing. But in the movie, they were absolutely using it for like, this is what Texas looks like on my hand. And I'd never heard of that before, but I don't think it's a thing.
I've seen
they did
like
it multiple times.
I've seen longhorns done before.
Yeah.
I've never seen the make my hand like a gun shaped like Texas or whatever.
Right. Yeah, but it annoyed me.
I mean,
because it happened more than once, as if like it's a thing that happens all the time.
This does seem like this does seem like a movie where BJ Novak probably doesn't know a lot about Texas, and was just kind of writing like, well, here's what I think I know about Texas. Like, this is my perception of what Texans probably are.
You don't think he actually consulted some Texans while he was writing this?
I mean, maybe he consulted what Texas Tech? That's what you said it was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Now University of Texas, can't cheer for that one. Maybe he consulted a guy from Texas Tech who's like, oh yeah, we all do that around here. I mean,
where do you think BJ Novak is from?
I mean, it's probably Texas, right?
I'm just asking.
I would assume he's from either the Midwest or Southern California.
No. James?
New York.
Nope. Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts. Right. Okay.
East Coast. Close enough.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for vengeance? Or can we put this to bed and forget all about it?
I don't recommend it.
I don't either.
I'm neutral.
Kyle's neutral.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it 2 stars for existing. Zach?
1.5.
Kyle?
2.5 for Ashton Kutcher. Let's just keep the spread going.
Okay. A 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5 for vengeance. One of us made a list to accompany this film. For the first time ever, we had a miscommunication.
I thought it was very clear.
We discussed, maybe, was it during the after show that we discussed it? I don't remember.
No, at the end of the episode. Like
at
the
the end
final
of the episode.
5 minutes of last week. Yeah.
Right. We discussed a possible list for this week of top 10 movies featuring cast members from The Office. But for some reason, Zach and I got the impression that wasn't set in stone. And Kyle got the impression it was. And so he made a list of the top 10 movies featuring cast members from The Office, which is ironic because if you heard that conversation last week, he's the only one of the 3 of us that has never seen a single episode of The Office.
Nope. I spent a lot of time on the Office IMDb page this week making this list.
Probably more than I've ever spent on the Office IMDb
Oh,
page.
yeah.
Why don't you hit us with your list, Kyle?
Sure. So to make this list, I went to IMDb and I looked at the top cast and I took the 10 top cast members and I said, all right, what movies have I seen these 10 people in? And I'll make a list out of that. And then like 2 or 3 of them weren't even in movies I had seen. So I had to branch out a little bit. So This is, you know, from the top 13 or 14 cast members of The Office.
Can we look at IMDb and you just tell me who was in consideration? I'm just curious where the line broke.
Yeah, sure. Let me bring it up here. I will tell you all the names that I considered, and then you will find out this very soon which ones actually made the list.
It would just be funny to know who you left off. They're like, oh, I've never heard of this person.
I mean, in the top cast, probably one of them is the actress that plays Pam. I'm forgetting her name.
Jenna Fisher.
Jenna Fisher.
Yeah, I can tell you all about the cast now. Don't worry.
Right. Jenna Fisher, great actress, but I bet her filmography, as far as movies go, is limited.
Oh, she's in a big one. I'm not gonna rate The Office. Come on, IMDb. I've never seen this before.
A big one.
Yeah, you'll find out. I'm not gonna spoil it. All right, so here are the names I considered: Steve Carell, heard of him; Jenna Fisher, John Krasinski, Rainn Wilson, Leslie David Baker, Brian Baumgartner, Angela Kinsey. I could not find a movie I'd seen her in. Kate Flannery, could not find a movie I'd seen her in. Phyllis Smith, Creed Barton, Oscar Nunez, Mindy Kaling, and BJ Novak. So Ed Helms did not make the cut.
Interesting. You left off Ed Helms and Craig Robinson.
I left them. Well, so again, this is sorted by how IMDb sorts top cast. And when I got to BJ Novak, I had 10. So Ed Helms, Craig Robinson did not make the cut. Ellie Kemper.
Oh, sure. But but the top 10 was a thing that you just made up, right?
Yeah, well, because I've never seen The Office, I thought it'd be more fun if I just chose like these random actors. What have I seen them in? I easily could have like chosen movies with Ed Helms and Craig Robinson, but I thought this was more fun and would be a more random and scattershot list than if I had chosen all actors I'd heard of before.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, so I'll go through this quickly. We don't need to spend a ton of time on it. Number 10 in this movie is starring Creed Bratton, who I've never heard of before. I don't even know what he does on The Office. I assume he's on the show because he's up there. Creed Bratton in this movie plays Carnival Ticket Taker, and this is Mask from 1985, the Eric Stoltz movie starring Cher, directed by Peter Bogdanovich. Eric Stoltz plays a teenage boy with some sort of facial deformity, and he befriends a blind Laura Dern, and they learn about love and life together. And the only thing I really remember about this movie is Cher is in it. They're kind of bikers, and Eric Stoltz teaches Laura Dern about colors by giving her rocks of different temperature and consistency.
I don't remember Laura Dern being in Mask.
Oh, yeah.
She must have been really young.
Like 17 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Creed Bratton was in the Grassroots, which was like a 60s, 70s band that has a song that you'd recognize.
What's the song?
Sooner or Later.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Creed plays Creed on The Office, who's probably the weirdest character on The Office, but he's really great.
To me, just by looking at his picture, he looks like a poor man's John Locke from Lost.
And that's kind of how they play him.
Oh, really? Okay. That is.
I mean, he's the oddball that occasionally like interjects with non sequiturs, and there's lots of meta jokes about him being in bands, and yeah, it's great. But you'll never know because you'll never watch The Office.
Nope, not gonna happen. All right, number 9. This is a Oscar Nunez movie, and he's best known for playing security guard in this movie. This is The Italian Job from 2003.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you know Oscar Nunez was a security guard in this? Bet you didn't.
No, did not.
This is directed by F. Gary Gray, Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron, Ed Norton, Jason Statham, Seth Green. A bunch of bigger names than Oscar Nunez are in it. I don't remember a ton about this movie. It is a heist movie, and I think it's most famous for a bunch of car chases involving Mini Coopers. And this is partially, I'm assuming, responsible for the resurgence of the Mini Cooper in the 21st century.
I don't know. What came first, the Mini Cooper or this movie?
Well, the Mini Cooper is a car from the 60s, 70s. And it was.
I just mean like as far as popularity.
I honestly don't know if
I don't know either.
if the Mini Cooper, the newest version, the 21st century Mini Cooper, was famous by the time Italian Job came out, or if the Italian Job was responsible for it. I don't know. So
Gotcha. I don't know either.
Born, the first Born Identity, that has a Mini Cooper car chase, but that's with the old, like, 80s style Mini Cooper.
The original Italian Job has a Mini Cooper chase scene in it.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Bullet guy Steve? What's his name?
Irwin
No. Who's the guy from Bullet?
McQueen.
Yeah, Steve McQueen. Is Italian Job Steve McQueen?
I thought it was Michael Caine.
You're probably right. It's Michael Caine. Yeah. All right, number 8. This movie is starring Leslie David Baker, and he plays, or I should say, does the voice of Bus Driver. And this is Vivo from 2021. This is a Netflix movie starring the voice of Lin-Manuel Miranda, and that's Zoe Saldana is our name you might recognize, Brian Tyree Henry. This is a movie I actually have never seen from start to finish in one sitting. It's a movie my son watched a ton over the winter, so I've definitely seen this whole movie, but never from actual, like, sat down and watched the whole thing. It has always been, I saw this chunk and then this chunk and this chunk, and I've seen, it all, and now I can cobble it together to one movie. In it, let's see, Lin-Manuel Miranda plays a what is the animal? A kinkajou. And the kinkajou is like, it's some mammalian like animal. It kind of looks like a monkey, but it's not a monkey. And he loves music, and he must, I don't know, he's on a journey to perform or embrace music or something like that. I don't really remember the plot to this movie. The music's actually pretty good though. It's it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, and there's one song which I remember hearing it and I was thinking, oh, this kind of sounds like a Missy Elliott song, and it turns out she helped write it, and like on the remix she actually has her own lines in it. So good music, good animation. Can't tell you the plot whatsoever. All right, my number 7. This is actually starring 2 Office cast members, but what brought me to it was Brian Baumgartner, and he plays USA Wrestling Rep number 3. Do you guess what movie this is? What movie starring another Office cast member would have a USA Wrestling Rep?
From what year?
2014.
The Wrestler?
Not The Wrestler. Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher.
Yeah. So Steve Carell is also in this movie, but I did not choose this as my Steve Carell movie. I chose this as my Brian Baumgartner movie.
Do you have one movie per actor?
I tried. There was, yes, I do. There are a couple double ups.
Gotcha.
But I tried to do one per actor.
Gotcha. So that's why you had 10.
Exactly. That's how I got to 10.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Foxcatcher is it's a based on a true story movie about Steve Carell plays he plays like the DuPont heir who really wants to have an Olympic wrestling program going on. So at his camp, which is called Foxcatcher, he recruits both Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo and sort of trains them to be wrestlers, but is also kind of he's a bit of an odd guy. He's a little abusive. There's some weird things going on. And this also being based on the true story has a bit of a downer ending to it too, which I'm not going to spoil. I remember this being a good performance from all 3 of those people: Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, Mark Ruffalo. My problem with this movie is that I saw it, and then immediately after it, I saw Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, so from now on, I always compare Whiplash to Foxcatcher because I just saw them back to back. And like I liked Foxcatcher, like, oh, this is good. And then I saw Whiplash, which blew me out of the water. So it's not Foxcatcher's fault, but that's how it happened. Number 6. This is the Jenna Fisher movie because she stars second to, I'm just forgetting names right now, John C. Reilly in Walk Hard: the Dewey Cox Story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which we talked about last week on Forgotten
yeah.
Films. Yeah. Yeah, she plays Darlene Madison, which is the love interest. Yeah. So I talked about this movie last week, Forgotten Films of 2007. Funnier than I expected it to be.
Cool.
Number 6, John Krasinski, pretty obvious, A Quiet Place, starring him and his wife, Emily Blunt. I saw this movie in the theater, which was pretty cool, except for all the people crinkling wrappers. Like, this is one of those movies where you really want to be in a very quiet setting because the lack of sound is a big part of this movie. Good thriller. Never saw the sequel. Sequel worth seeing, James, Zach?
It's worth seeing once, at least.
Okay.
I mean, it has merit. It's not as good as the first one, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Okay.
I have it on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet.
Let me know.
If you're looking for like a PG-13 thriller,
Yeah.
it's up there.
Okay.
As far as those go.
My number 4, also a movie from 2007. This one with Rainn Wilson is Juno. Rainn Wilson's actually my least favorite part of this movie. He's at the very beginning. He's playing the convenience store worker that sells Elliot Page the pregnancy stick. That kind of kicks off the whole story of Juno.
Is that what they're called? Pregnancy sticks?
Pregnancy test.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sorry. I believe they have some other terms for it that I was probably confusing into this. Yeah. Pregnancy test. Thank you. And when I first saw this movie, and especially the dialogue that Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page are having, was giving me strong Napoleon Dynamite vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm not going to like this movie. And then thankfully, it kind of steered away from that. I don't know. Somehow it found its own footing. It didn't feel like a Napoleon Dynamite clone.
Mm-hmm.
And Juno's definitely one of my, it's a definitely top 500 movie, probably top 300.
Did you not like Napoleon Dynamite?
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
My wife hates it too.
Yeah, I don't think it's funny. It's just a lot of people saying gosh and talking about tater tots and moon boots. And
all that's hilarious. What are you talking about?
it's not funny. No.
It's hilarious. I like that movie so much. I have fridge magnets that quote it. Kyle would hate me.
Oh, yeah.
He came in and saw my fridge.
Do you have an I voted for Pedro shirt also?
I don't have a shirt, but that's one of the magnets.
Exactly.
It's vote for Pedro.
Whatever. See,
I find that
Not
movie
I
so.
vote.
Yeah, I find that movie very rewatchable. It's
Yeah.
just very easy to watch over and over and over.
It's charming.
Yeah.
No, it's weird and it's not funny. And I don't think John Heder is. I mean, thankfully he went nowhere. That was his one role.
Ouch.
Thankfully. Wow.
Well, not everyone's meant to be an actor who makes it to the big screen.
Oh, he was perfect for that role.
Yeah, I hated it. Perfect. Get
Good
out of here.
dancer.
All right, my number 3.
Gosh. James, can we just
Gosh.
quote it for the rest of the podcast?
You know, James is now queuing up a Napoleon Dynamite soundbite.
Oh,
for future episodes.
absolutely.
Right.
There will be a Napoleon Dynamite
Hey,
sound
when
bite.
when do the Zach adjacent sound bites come into play in this podcast? They seem to be a little one-sided.
I don't know.
Oh, if I say something as funny as the things you say,
Like, you guys made 400 and something odd episodes without me, no problem, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Sure.
I just
mean,
came in guns a-blazing with my twitles, and here we are. Let's rank some movies. Let's rank some movies. Zach, you need more personality. I think that's a
my
problem.
daughter's in there.
Yeah, my son's. I bet she doesn't even sound like that anymore.
No, she sounds like that.
Oh, she does. Okay.
Yeah, she does.
All right. My number 3 is a triple threat. This stars 3 Office cast members: Steve Carell, Mindy Kaling, and Jenna Fisher, who plays woman number 1 uncredited, the 40-year-old version.
All right.
2005. Yep. Breakout role for Steve Carell, a breakout movie for Judd Apatow. Very funny. One of the few movies I've seen where the lead character plays the euphonium, which is featured in this.
I don't know what that is.
It's the instrument that I played in high school, college. It's like a small tuba is the best way to describe it.
Is there any difference between a baritone and a euphonium?
Yes, and it depends.
What does that mean?
No, for the most part, there is not a difference between the baritone and euphonium. There is an instrument called the. Oftentimes, what happens is like there's a different setup. So if you have the bell facing up with the valves facing up, that you play with your left hand, that is a. Well, both are left hand. That's a euphonium, and if it's a bell out with the valves in front, like facing away from you, that's considered a baritone. That's not really the case, but that's how people tend to do it. They're kind of interchangeable. There is an instrument called the English baritone, which is even smaller than a euphonium, and that is a separate instrument. But for the most part, baritone, euphonium are interchangeable.
Like if a orchestra put out a wanted ad for we need a baritone player, and a guy with a euphonium showed up, they'd be fine with that?
Well, that would never happen because a baritone or euphonium is not a traditional orchestral instrument unless you're Gustav Holst and the hero for the euphonium.
Typical, like, cool guy
I knew he
band
was just
teacher,
waiting to
you
get
know
that
what I mean?
going. Trick question, Zach.
That would never happen unless you're the exception that you just mentioned.
No. The euphonium, baritone, saxophone are not considered traditional orchestral instruments. So if
an orchestra would never have a wanted ad for one.
I mean, I wouldn't say would never. It's not the right word. No. Your professional musicians all play what people call the euphonium, which is the upright bell and the upright valves. They would probably call for a euphonium player. But if they call for a baritone player, Stephen Mead would not be offended. He would actually.
Is it the difference between like a violin and a fiddle?
Yeah, so violin and fiddle refer to, like, fiddle is a way you play the violin.
Carl?
Fiddle is more of a style of playing than a actual instrument.
Okay, nice.
Okay. What else you guys got? Throw it at me.
That's
All
the
right,
end of our musical questions.
This is number 2, almost my number 1, but then I realized there was another movie I like even more. This is another twofer starring Phyllis Smith and Mindy Kaling. I would definitely say they both star in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what movie this is?
Yeah.
Zach, what movie is this?
Pixar.
Yep. Which one?
Oh, the one with the emotions.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Phyllis Smith plays sadness. Mindy Kaling plays jealousy. Great movie. I think we talked a lot on this podcast about how much we all love Inside Out and how every Pixar movie since cannot just quite measure up to the heights achieved by Inside Out.
I agree with that.
Huh?
I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it was the last great Pixar movie.
Yeah, I would say, did Coco come after Inside Out? Yes, Coco came after Inside Out. I
I didn't like Coco.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
I mean, I like it just fine, but comparatively, I think Inside Out beats it.
I would say Coco's great, but I don't know if Inside Out seems to be agreed upon as a great movie by everyone. I don't know if everyone agrees Coco's a great movie. Obviously, in this podcast, we don't.
Yep.
My number 1, previously mentioned by James on this podcast already, if not briefly. I want to say this movie is starring BJ Novak, but BJ Novak is definitely in this movie. Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino movie, 2009. Top 100 movie for me. One of my favorite Tarantinos. It's a great movie. Not because BJ Novak is in it, but he definitely has his face shows up on screen a couple times.
Right.
It's a good one.
Does he play? He doesn't play the bear, right? That's
no, that's Eli Roth.
Yeah, that's Eli Roth.
Though BJ Novak may be one of the guys, spoiler, who murders Hitler at the end.
Yeah, so he's one of the Jewish fighters.
Yes, he's on the team commanded by Brad Pitt. Correct. Though I don't remember which. They give his character name. I don't remember his specific role in the movie.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Good list.
Yeah. So that was my. I thought really hard about this list. I was really expecting that you guys would put as much time as I did into this.
Maybe some random episode I will also just have this list.
I would love that if you just popped it at some point. You got to do it after we have forgotten that this happened.
Yeah. James, can I ask you an office trivia question?
Sure.
There are 188 episodes of The Office,
Okay.
and 6 cast members have been on all 188. Can you guess what 6 those are?
What 6 cast members have been in all 188?
Yeah.
James, I know the answer to this, and I have never seen an episode. So if you get this wrong,
just because you memorized the IMDb for some reason. Probably, I don't remember if Jenna Fisher's been in all 188. It's possible she was out for a couple because she got pregnant a couple times, storyline wise. So I'm going to guess some of the back office people. So maybe Stanley.
Yep.
I'm gonna need actor names,
Phyllis?
please, guys. I'm not sure who these people are.
This
Phyllis?
is not for you, Kyle. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Stanley, Phyllis.
Not Phyllis. She missed 2.
How about what's her name? The blonde-haired short girl that dated. I'm forgetting the character's
Angela.
name. Angela. Yes. Is she one of them?
Yeah.
Creed. I bet
Creed.
No,
No,
he
he missed.
missed some, I'm
7.
sure.
He missed 7.
It's not Craig Robinson's character. It's maybe oh, I'm totally forgetting names now. But Baumgartner, the big
Kevin.
guy, Kevin. Yes.
Yep. He was on all of them.
Okay. What about?
So you have Stanley, Kevin, and Angela. So
what about
there's
the
3 more?
What about the bookkeeper that sits next to him?
Oscar?
Oscar. Yes.
No.
I don't know why I can't remember these names.
He missed 12. Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay. I doubt
Lego
it's-
just released an Office Lego set, and I think I'm going to get it. It looks
Okay.
pretty sweet.
You could probably just make it out of the bricks you already have.
No, you couldn't. It looks too good. Okay,
Is
3
there
more.
a
And
giant pot of chili in the Lego set?
probably, I bet Kevin has a big pot of chili.
Yeah.
It's not Mindy Kaling.
Okay.
It's definitely not BJ Novak.
Okay.
It's Dwight.
Dwight, absolutely. Yes.
And I'm trying to think if John Krasinski was definitely in and out towards the end, but I don't remember if they squeezed him in at least every now and then, like on every episode, just to have some John Krasinski in there. So I'm going to guess John Krasinski.
Yep.
And so maybe also Pam.
That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Pam, Jim, Dwight, Stanley, Kevin, Angela.
And 2 wrong, right? So out of 8, I got the
That's pretty
6.
good. That's pretty good.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's not that hard because there's a lot of cast members that come later. You can just kind of eliminate all those. And those are most of the originals, except for people that legitimately left the show type of thing.
Yeah.
So Kyle, now that you've lived in this world, do you still just refuse?
I think I've dipped my toe and I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's common knowledge that knowing everything about the IMDb page is the same as watching the show. So
Yeah, I mean, right? Steve Carell says that's what she said. Brian Baumgartner likes chili. Dwight, stabs a dummy during CPR. I think I've seen the show. Pam, John.
People
will
love
they
the
one
show.
Day? Who cares?
because it's that shallow. I agree.
Exactly.
That's why they love those moments, is just because, they exist, not because of any greater emotional context the show might provide you.
Every time I see a Dunler Mifflin t-shirt, I just have to reset the clock. Can't. It's been a reminder right there.
I was so excited the first time I saw actual Dunder Mifflin paper in the real world.
Yeah.
Like the reams of paper.
Yep. Good list, Kyle.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, great list.
Let's jump into our movie trivia game for the week. This is a game we've played once before. We're going to play it again, Sam. And this time we're going to play it round robin style. Oh my gosh, that got a laugh. I don't know why.
Funnier than anything in Vengeance.
This is a game that's very, very similar to the game Family Feud. Very similar, where we asked 100 people a question and then we surveyed their answers. And we're going to play a survey-based game, Family Feud style. Before this episode, I was looking into like what we could name this, right? That would make sense. Normally we give our movie trivia games a name that's the same, if not similar, to an actual movie title. Really couldn't come up with much, but the only lead I had was searching for movies related to surveys. And that led me to a website called surveyconnector.com, which is literally surveyors, as in the guys who do surveying.
Okay.
Like
on the
property
roads and
lines,
for
yeah.
property lines and
All right,
stuff
I'm
like
following
that.
You. I'm tracking.
And there was
yeah.
a forum thread on surveyorconnect.com where they were talking about movies that contained surveyors, which
Yep.
led me to the title of the Amityville Horror, because the lead character in the Amityville Horror was a surveyor by profession. So I don't know if that says much about the game. If we were to name this game the Amityville Horror, but in a way, it's related.
What about the Familyville Horror?
The Familyville Horror.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach's
Gosh,
cringing
it's
on
just
that.
The worst named game
No,
in Cinereelists history.
always go with your first idea, Zach.
That's our second idea.
What was the first
was
idea?
Amityville.
Right.
No.
that's true.
That was the seed that then gave birth to.
I mean, we have occasionally changed the name a little bit. Like we have 28 words later. You know what I mean? We changed a little bit of that just to move
yeah.
it in a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Familyville Feuder? Is that better or worse?
Just way better. I mean, it's so good.
All right. See, always go with your second idea. That I've always said that.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna play Amityville Horror starting right now. This is gonna go round robin. Why don't I go first? I'll ask you guys survey results, and we'll bounce back and forth, starting with Kyle. Kyle, I need you to name a movie directed by David Fincher. Now, before you give me a movie, just remember, this isn't like your favorite David Fincher movie. This is what, out of 100 people, what they said was their favorite David Fincher movie, or a movie directed by David Fincher.
Yeah.
So give me a movie directed by David Fincher.
Fight Club.
Fight Club is the number one answer when asked this question to 100 people. Now it's your choice, Kyle. You don't have the point yet. You can either decide to try to get the other answers people gave for this survey question, or you can try to force Zach to get the other answers.
How many more answers are there?
Is that a information? It is
Yes.
information.
Yeah,
you
because
get
they
at
show
the
you the
end.
board. Yeah, and then you can see how
There
many are
are 3 answers,
Oh,
and
I
you've
can
already
do-
gotten one of them.
I can do 3. I can do 3.
You can do 3. Okay.
right.
Name the other 2.
And I get 3 misses, correct?
You get 2 misses, and on your third, it bounces to Zach.
Okay. 7.
7?
Yeah.
Correct. That's the number 2 answer.
Okay. And let's go Gone Girl.
That is correct. You got
All right.
the entire point, Kyle. Good job. We bounce to Zach. Zach,
Yes.
we asked 100 people to name a Brad Pitt movie. What did they answer?
A Brad Pitt movie.
Yep.
Man, let's just go with Fight Club again.
You say Fight Club? Number 1 answer.
What if every survey has Fight Club on it?
That'd be awesome.
Name a movie with soap in it.
Zach, there are 8 answers on this card. You've already gotten one of them, so there's 7 more to get within 3 strikes. Are you going to try to answer these 7 other Brad Pitt movies, or are you going to pass it off to Kyle?
So if I answer and then I can't get all of them, Kyle has one shot to steal it, right? Otherwise I get it.
Yes.
And if I pass it,
And he doesn't get them all.
then I have one shot.
Right.
I gotcha. Okay. Man, I'll pass.
Mhm.
All right, Kyle.
Okay.
Name me 7 other Brad Pitt movies.
7 more. All right. He's in so many movies. Let's go Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Number 2 answer.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's go Interview with a Vampire.
Number 5.
Okay. What year was this game released?
Recently, 2019. Relatively
Ooh,
recently.
Okay.
I mean, there's no bullet train on this, but
Well, yeah. What about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Nope. Okay. All right. I know I'm missing some big ones.
mm-hmm.
How many do I have left?
You have 6 left.
6 left. Oh my goodness. What about
5 left.
Legends of the Fall? Okay.
1 more.
Let's go. I'm just blanking on like 2000s Brad Pitt, so I'm just stuck in the 90s right now.
Okay.
Let's go Meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe Black.
Yes.
Number 7 answer.
Okay. All right. But I need 3 more, 4 more,
You need 4 more.
and if I get 1 more wrong, I'm out. And I'm sure Zach's got one queued up from
He
the mid
absolutely
2000s
does. Guaranteed he does.
that I'm just completely forgetting about right now. Let's go Snatch.
Snatch.
Snatch. Yep, there we go.
No. Nobody's going to admit to that movie on a survey.
Oh, I would.
Zach, give me a Brad Pitt movie.
I'm going to go with 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
Oh!
Come on.
Whoa!
12 Monkeys.
That's such a great performance.
I thought that was a good answer, Zach. I thought that was
It's
good.
not the most obscure Brad Pitt movie that most people haven't seen. That wasn't the question. The question was name a Brad Pitt movie to 100 average people.
Sure.
And the fact that Kyle brought up 7 in the last question and couldn't think of it this time.
7, of course.
The number 3 answer, 7.
In my head, he had already said 7. I think I was thinking of the last game.
Sure.
All right, so there's 7.
You guys also missed Thelma and Louise.
That was-
before.
I
That
was-
would have been my next one.
I was wondering if that was too obscure or not compared to
You missed Ocean's 11
of course.
and you missed Troy. Those were the ones you guys didn't get.
No one missed Troy.
Don't sleep on 12 Monkeys.
Oceans. Of course the Oceans movies. I told you there's a whole like
They're only
decade.
allowed to give 1 movie. Okay? So if you're going to ask 100 people to name a Brad Pitt movie, I mean, there's not
But
too many
Thelma
people
Lou-
that are going to say 12 Monkeys over some of these others.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If they ask me to name one?
12 Monkeys?
No, Cutting Class.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. Kyle, back to you. Name an actor who has played Spider-Man.
Oh, let's go Tom Holland.
Hey, I just read them as they're on the card. I didn't know. Kyle, are you going to try to answer this or pass it off to Zach?
How many more do I need?
I will tell you there's only 3 names on this.
Oh, then okay, I'll go for it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's go Andrew Garfield. Did you
And?
make the dingy sound?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did.
hear it. Okay. And Tobey Maguire.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Very good.
Hard fought, well earned, Kyle.
Yeah, that was man. I've been given some real doozies from James so far.
All right, Zach. Back to you. This one is not as easy as the last one, that's for sure. But if you play it right, you can force Kyle to lose it. Here we go. Zach, we asked 100 people to name an actress known for being a redhead. name an actress known for being a redhead. Just need one name, then you can decide the fate of this question.
Okay, Isla Fisher.
You say Isla Fisher?
Yeah.
That's your answer to this
Yeah.
question? That's correct. Number 8 out of 8 was Isla Fisher.
The one guy who also said.
So
Isla
the fate is
Fisher.
in your hands, Zach. Are you going to name 7 other redheads, well-known redheads, or are you going to force Kyle to try to get 7 in 3 strikes?
I'll go for it.
All
You're going to
right.
go for it.
Go for it,
Yeah.
Zach.
All right.
No,
All right.
Zach wants
Why
to
not?
I mean,
win the
even if he
point.
strikes out, you have to come up with another one, Kyle.
Exactly,
So
yep.
if he takes the super obvious ones, you're in trouble. All right.
Okay, Amy
So-
Adams.
You say Amy Adams. The number 2 answer, Amy Adams.
Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain.
Ooh.
No.
Judy
No,
Garland.
You say Judy Garland?
Garland.
Judy Garland. No. You're leaving a lot on the table here for Kyle.
Yeah. I don't know if I know anymore. Let me think for a second. Red-headed actresses.
Known,
Jessica Chastain is not on there.
not on here.
Man,
Known for being a redhead.
sure. Emma Stone.
You say Emma Stone.
Yeah,
Correct. Number 7.
not even
Oh,
a
number
redhead. though.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a redhead. Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan is not on this list.
Okay.
Kyle, it's over to you. You just have to give me one well-known for being a redheaded actress.
Julia
Yeah.
Roberts.
You say Julia Roberts, and the answer is congratulations, Zach.
Oh,
your
it's
point.
not Julia. Okay, what about Julianne Moore?
Julianne Moore is
Yeah.
on this list,
I
but you
should've gone
didn't
with
guess Julianne Moore.
I was really. I should have gone for it. Darn it.
So the ones you guys missed: Nicole Kidman, Julianne Moore, Christina Hendricks,
Oh yeah.
and Deborah Messing. I'd never expected you to get Deborah Messing.
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
not even Christina Hendricks, but Nicole Kidman and Julianne Moore are well-known redheads for sure.
It's true.
Can't believe I should have gone. Oh well.
All right, the score right now is Kyle 2, Zach 1. Who wants to ask next?
Wait, no, we
Doesn't
did 4
Kyle
of them,
have 3?
didn't we?
Kyle has
We did
3.
4.
Yes, I should have 3 points.
You do.
Who has 3? Kyle?
Kyle does. Yeah.
All right, my bad.
That's why I keep score 2.
Thank you, Zach.
Perfect.
All right, I'll do it next.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. First one will be to James.
Okay.
Name a movie starring Ryan Reynolds.
Any movie starring Ryan Reynolds. I'm going to go with Deadpool.
That's the number 1 answer. 72 out of 100 people.
72. How many answers are available?
There's 6 answers total, so I need 5 more Ryan Reynolds films. Would you like to name them or pass?
I am going to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle? 5 Ryan Reynolds movies.
Deadpool 2.
No.
Oh, shoot. Van Wilder.
No.
What? I don't know. The Proposal?
Yes.
Okay, shoot. Now I'm stuck.
Number 5, 4 people answered the proposal.
The Proposal. What am I miss? I'm sure I'm
This
missing
is
some big
really
ones.
funny, by the way. I love this. I love this question.
I don't think Free Guy had come out yet. So I'm going to pass on Free Guy. What about Waiting?
No.
Nope. Okay.
James, you have a chance to steal. He's mentioned Deadpool and the proposal. There's 4 other answers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else he was in that people would say. I don't know. How about the I mean, I have a movie in my brain, but it can't possibly be on this list.
I will say number 2, only 6 people said.
Right. So all of these are like almost nobody said
Yeah.
these. How about Green Lantern.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yes.
What-
Guys,
what-
this list is crazy. Number 1 is Deadpool. Number 2, The Notebook.
The
Oh,
Notebook.
they're thinking of Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
Zach, when you said Ryan Reynolds, I heard Ryan Gosling at first.
Yeah.
And then I had to recalibrate. Like, oh, no, other one. So.
Number 6, La La Land.
People think Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. And number 3 is Ant-Man.
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 Yeah.
It's Paul
He's
Rudd.
not in Ant-Man at all.
You're right. Exactly.
So people don't know who Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds is.
Yeah.
They know
which is
he's
funny.
The Deadpool guy.
Which
The guy which doesn't have his face in it.
what I think is funny is we didn't know that people confuse Ryan Reynolds with these people, but absolutely Ryan Reynolds is aware of this, right? His publicist probably tells him all the time that
Probably.
he gets confused with people. So he's walking around thinking like people think that I'm Ryan Gosling.
Absolutely.
All right, James, well done on that. You got the steal. This one goes to Kyle. Give me the title of a buddy cop movie.
Lethal Weapon.
Yes, number 5.
Okay.
Do you want to keep or pass? There's 8 of them. Total.
I'm going to pass this to James.
Okay.
Though
The
this
title
might
of
be
a
the
buddy
wheelhouse.
cop movie.
Buddy cop movie.
How many are there again?
There's 7 more.
7 more buddy cop movies. I mean, people might be confused as to what a buddy cop movie is.
Yeah.
So maybe Beverly Hills Cop.
Number 4.
Okay. Geez, Louise. I wonder if there's sequels in here. How about Lethal Weapon 3?
No.
Let's see. Oh man. I mean, what other buddy cop movies are there? I'm sure there's a lot.
You have named
How
One.
about Kindergarten Cop?
no. No.
Okay, I got one more.
One more.
A buddy cop movie. There's probably like a super,
Yeah.
very obvious one.
Yeah. A few.
Sure. I suck at this game. Chips. I don't know.
No.
Kyle, I gave you lots of options.
What are you going to steal with, Kyle?
How about Rush Hour?
Ugh.
Yes. Number
Ugh.
6.
Number 6.
How dare you?
Is
Rush Hour.
48 Hours on that list?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That was another one I was
Yep.
thinking of. I just couldn't remember the title.
What about Turner and Hooch? Are they going like dogs?
Yep.
Turner and
Number
Hooch.
8.
Okay.
Number 8.
And I'm out. Those are kind of the ones I was thinking
There's
of.
also 21 Jump Street,
Ah.
Bad Boys for Life, and Starsky and Hutch.
Bad Boys for Life? They
Yeah.
literally
Have
said for
accepted
life?
Bad Boys or just Bad Boys for Life?
Bad Boys for Life. It's a different movie, and it's number 2 with 15 people.
I mean, that movie.
That's
was
because
like
it
the-
had just come out in 2019.
Right.
Exactly. Okay.
I feel,
James.
for the record, I'm ashamed.
Don't feel ashamed, okay? Your identity is not wrapped up in your ability to name buddy cop movies.
Let's
But
hope.
your reputation certainly is. Okay, so James, other than
Yes.
Harry Potter, give me a movie about magic.
Other than Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
a movie about magic.
Yeah.
Sure. Can I convince you that I know the movie, even if I don't know the title?
No,
Is that acceptable?
not on Family Feud. Not on Family Deville Horror.
Sure. A movie about magic. Now You See Me.
Now You See
Oh.
Me is not on the list.
Are you kidding me? Kyle? It's you choose. Do you want to answer these or do you want to give them to me?
Do I have to give an answer first before I can then pass
No.
to him?
It's just
You
your
don't.
choice.
Oh, yeah. Go for it, James. All you.
Great.
Run with it.
Couldn't even remember the Nolan one.
Oh, the Nolan one. Thank you.
I'm trying to remember the Nolan one. Let's see. What movies did he make? Okay, I'll skip that one for now. Movies about magic. How many are there?
8.
8 movies about magic?
Yeah.
And one of them is not Now You See Me.
Correct. I will say, according to this card, the number 1 film and the number 5 film are the same film.
What?
It has the same title for number 1 and number 5.
Interesting.
So there is a misprint.
Oh, okay. The number 1 film about magic.
You could really name any of the top 8.
You think I know those movies? I've probably seen them. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
The Illusionist. I don't know.
No.
Is that my second X?
No, first X, because you just
Okay.
didn't win it, the card.
Right.
First
right,
X.
right. Okay. How about Now You See Me 2?
No.
And good guess for 2019.
Yeah, I was after Bad Boys for Life debacle. I figured maybe movies about magic. I really wish I could remember the Christopher Nolan movie that's really good. That's about magic.
Don't give Kyle the easy steal.
I already said it out loud, so
But think of some movie that has magic in it.
I have it on 4K. And
Your brain's gonna get hung up on it. You gotta let it go. Take a deep breath.
It's already hung up on it.
Move on to another movie with magic in
Okay,
it.
another movie with magic in it. Oh, like I don't know, Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that's number 7.
Is it a specific one, or is it just Lord of the Rings?
The Lord of the Rings.
Which movie is that? They're talking about the rotoscope one.
This
from
is just
the
whatever
70s?
people answer.
It's whatever people
answer.
Yeah,
answer.
what do
Lord of
people
the
I
Rings.
know. Yeah, that's true.
Remember, La La Land was in Ryan Reynolds' films.
I thought he
Okay,
was great in that.
Lord of the Rings.
He and famous redhead Jessica Chastain were incredible.
Right, yeah.
So I need to think of fantasy movies. So maybe I don't know, like Peter Pan.
No, sorry. Is that your third one,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Kyle?
Kyle,
Well, I know the Nolan movie you're thinking of, but I don't think that's
I
what people
know.
are saying.
you don't think people know that movie?
I think more people
I
are
think you should
saying
say it.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, number 3. Kyle with the steal.
Was The Prestige on that list?
The Prestige was both number 1 and number 5.
Right.
How do you think it was misspelled then?
No, I think the number 5 was probably The Illusionist, would be my guess.
Oh, okay. It's just a misprint
Probably.
on the.
Yeah,
all right.
exactly.
Okay, so Prestige was. I guess that could have been number 1.
I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. He's super popular,
I know,
mainstream.
but I don't think that's the one people talk about. Like, if I was to talk to 100 people about Christopher Nolan movies,
I bet it's the number 1 magic movie. If you were to,
It is.
Survey
it's
people.
number 1 on this, on a
Yeah.
survey.
all right. Well, yeah, obviously it is. Or The Illusionist is number 1 and Prestige is number 5. We're not sure.
Doubt it.
So.
no.
Also,
Doubt it.
Doctor Strange,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Bewitched, Halloween Town.
Who's saying
That's-
Bewitched? What number was that?
That 12 people, number 4.
They really like Nicole Kidman and Will
Yeah.
Ferrell.
Halloween Town, which I've never heard of. Got
Halloween
6 people.
Town?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Halloween Town. And Matilda.
Okay.
Matilda. No, like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, no Disney
No
movie
Disney.
with magic in it.
Yeah.
I'm confused about Matilda. I did not know she had magic abilities.
Never seen that movie. Couldn't tell you.
I read the book. I don't remember magic.
I guess she has psychic powers.
Is that magic? I don't know if
Yeah.
that's magic.
That's magic.
All right.
Because like a magician can do like psychic tricks, right? That's a magic act.
I don't think.
I mean,
yeah,
depending on
guess.
what kind of magician you are. If you're like
Yeah.
an ethical magician, you wouldn't claim you have psychic powers,
But you could be able to like guess what someone's like guess a card someone's thinking of, right? That's
Is that a mentalist?
yeah, but that's a play on psychic powers,
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
So be it.
All right, Kyle.
All right. So you guys gone through your 4. I have 4 in front of me.
Okay. I'm still going to give you my 4th, though.
Oh, I thought you were done. You said Kyle is in my. Okay. Yes, I'm just getting ready for my turn. Please go ahead, Zach.
Give me the title of a movie about artificial intelligence.
What if we go with AI?
I'm gonna need the full title, please.
AI : artificial intelligence.
There's no colon, but I will give it to you.
What is the title?
They just say A period I period artificial intelligence.
Okay.
The official title has a colon, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not this one.
you
Yes.
gonna
Do you
do,
want to
Kyle?
keep or pass? There's 7 of them.
There's 7 on them. I'm gonna go for it, James.
Of course. I'm gonna suck at this too. How about Ex Machina?
Yes. Number 4.
How about Short Circuit?
No.
How about Batteries Not Included?
No.
How about okay, a movie about a robot? How about I, Robot?
Yes. Number 7.
Nice.
How about I just want to pull more obvious ones off the list so that Kyle at least has a hard time doing this. How many were there total?
7 total. You've said AI and iRobot and Ex Machina.
Right. I've
So
got
it's 4 more.
At least those were all top level. What's that movie? That one movie that I'm not going to say out loud
The Prestige.
with that guy in it? No, not that.
Yeah, name the actor. I'll help you out here.
No. Jeez, Louise.
I'll give you a hint. One of these movies is about artificial intelligence.
Thanks. Great hint. I appreciate it.
And one of them is not.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yes. Number 3. Well done.
And also a movie called
Because that would have been a gimme for Kyle.
Yeah,
Right.
I was really hoping you would not say that one.
Moon.
No.
Yeah.
Kyle.
I've got some good candidates. I think my most obvious one's going to be The Matrix.
No.
No. Is it Blade Runner?
No.
No. Okay. Is it Alien?
How many guesses this guy get?
No, I'm just
No.
curious if I can get it now. Okay, then I
It's
don't
not.
know.
What did we miss?
You missed War Games.
Mm-hmm.
You missed Her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Her. Okay.
And
yeah,
number 2 with 11 people, E.T., the extraterrestrial.
That's not.
it's not about AI at
AI at
all.
all.
People think AI are aliens for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
E.T.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
people are super geniuses.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We can agree The Matrix is about AI, correct? Like, that's pretty obvious.
I don't know if is it about AI?
Yes.
Yes,
I guess
that's what The Matrix
yes,
is.
Okay, sure. It has elements. Sure.
Doesn't
Yeah.
have elements, it is.
It briefly touches on computer
There-
intelligence.
there
I
are-
mean, the Terminator movies have AI elements to them
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
then like you start going, like, that's what I was thinking, Cyborg, like Blade Runner and Alien, all those things.
Right.
So,
All right,
All
Kyle,
right.
you're ahead. It's your turn to ask. In theory, if I get all of these, then I will beat Kyle.
all right.
If
So,
Zach gets all of these, he will tie Kyle. Is that
Gotta-
correct, Zach?
Yeah.
throw it to Zach then. Sounds great. All right. Actually, Zach, you've not had a chance to go first yet, correct?
Right.
Okay, so I'm have you go first. Give me the
In a
title
very long time.
of a parody film.
Title of a parody film.
A parody film.
Okay. I'll say, which route do I go? I'll say Anchorman.
Incorrect.
That's not the one I meant to say, but yeah.
James, do you want to play or do you want to pass back to Zach?
How many are there?
There are 5.
5 options. Can he get all? He can't get all 5 in 3 strikes. He doesn't even have one yet.
And his first was Anchorman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna force Zach to play.
All right.
This could be a good strategy, like a category you know super well, and get them to like send it back to you.
I
Yeah.
mean, even categories I know super well doesn't mean I can pull the titles for some reason with my brain. But go ahead, Zach.
All right, Zach, I need 5 parody films.
Okay. What about Airplane?
Number 1.
Spinal Tap?
Incorrect.
Wow. Okay. Naked Gun?
Number 4.
Hot Shots?
Incorrect.
3 more to get. 1 more strike.
Best in Show?
Incorrect.
I mean, this is tough because there's 2 more.
There are 3 more. So far, we have Airplane and The Naked Gun.
Right. Which are like top level.
So number 1 and number 4. So there are 2 more that more people answered over The Naked Gun.
Yeah, so the number 1 is still on the table.
No, number 1 is Airplane.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Spaceballs.
You got it. Number 3.
Well done, James.
Yep.
There we go.
The number 2,
Mhm.
Scary Movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the number 5, not Spinal Tap, not Best in Show, not Waiting for Guffman, A Mighty Wind.
Wow.
Four-
With how many answers?
4 people.
4 people out of 100. That's more. That's 4 more than I would have thought.
That's,
would
yeah,
come up with that
especially over
title.
all those other movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Nice job, James. All
Thank
right,
you.
James.
You know who I don't care for that much?
Who?
Eugene Levy.
You don't like... Have you only seen movie Eugene Levy?
Yes.
Have you watched Schitt's Creek?
No.
Now, obviously, I'm Mr. I refuse to watch The Office, so if you don't watch Schitt's Creek, I'm not gonna, slight you for that. That movie, that TV show may have you reevaluate Eugene Levy, because he's playing more of the straight man in that to the other characters who are a little bit off the charts.
I will say on the surface, it doesn't appeal to me.
So Megan and I tried Schitt's Creek when it came out, and we watched a couple episodes, and it did not click. And then during the pandemic, we gave it a second shot, and it's up there with a favorite show. Like I saw what people saw in it. It's one of those shows where, as the characters grow and as they kind of figure out who these characters are, they become funnier. They're definitely annoying characters at first, and that's the point. And then they get to be better.
I'm trying to think of another show that has all of those qualities that Kyle might like, but can't think of one right now. I don't know why.
It's hard.
Parks and Rec's the same way. It's kind of annoying at first, but then you really get into it.
I know. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of one like Parks
Yeah.
and Rec that might work that way. But
Friends. I was
nothing's
really
coming
annoyed
to me.
with the Friends at first, but you find them so endearing 10 seasons later. Yeah. So if only there was another show I could watch.
Well, to sum it up, Zach, if you want to reevaluate the career of Eugene Levy, just watch that show, evidently.
Okay.
If that's
All right.
high on your priorities, reevaluating Eugene Levy's career.
I just think you might see him in a different light than you would in the Christopher Guest American Pie dad light. Yeah. All right, James,
Yes.
name a movie starring Clint Eastwood.
Any movie starring Clint Eastwood.
Any movie starring Clint Eastwood.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, that was number 2.
2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
There
That's number
are
2. What's
number-
number 1?
Oh, number 1's a good
Oh,
one.
I know what number 1 is.
There are
Um,
8 movies you can name. You need
Kyle,
to name.
Zach cannot get all 8. Go ahead, Zach.
All right,
Do it.
Zach.
There's too many Clint Eastwood movies for you to be able to get all of them.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is number 2, has been taken. I need 7 more movies starring Clint Eastwood.
All right.
And I would
Dirty Harry.
Yes, Dirty Harry is number 3.
Okay. You would say what?
I would say all these movies are actually starring Clint Eastwood. People know who he is.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Man, there's some that I know the movie, but I can't think of the title, which is unfortunate. Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, number 6.
Wow. So I don't have number 1 yet. Okay. Man, I wish I knew the name of this movie. I only know a quote from it at the moment. Clint Eastwood. What was he in that people care about? Man, I'm really stalling for time.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll just go with Fistful of Dollars.
Yes, Fistful of Dollars,
Really?
number 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was surprised. A Few Dollars More.
No, that they don't remember that one. Sorry.
Is that
Was
my
that
first
the
X?
first X?
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
your
the first X.
second X.
Second X.
I think that's my first X, right?
I
Well,
thought
what other one did I say?
I don't remember.
I don't
Might
remember.
be the first.
that might
I think
be
that's your
okay,
first.
Sure, we'll go with first.
Man, I wish I could remember this one movie that I absolutely think is on there. Oh, it's close. I'm close. I don't know when this came out, so I'll say The Mule.
Yes, The Mule, number 4.
Okay.
So let's see. You've got 3 to go, correct?
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino, number 5. 2
I
to
still
go.
don't have the number 1.
I need the number 1 and the number 8.
Wow. And I have 1X.
You got 1X, so you got 2 more guesses.
Oh boy. Okay. The number 1 I'm missing.
Mm-hmm.
I can think of 2 plots that he's in. They don't seem like number 1 movies to me
Okay.
for him. I'm surprised Dirty Harry or Good, the Bad, and the Ugly are not his number 1.
Yeah, those number 3 and 2, respectively.
Is the number 1 like more popular than those?
I can't really give away any information. Steve Harvey doesn't do it, and either will I.
After we're done, will you tell me if you think that number 1 is more popular?
Yes, I will give you my opinion. Yes.
Okay. And I said Gran Torino already.
You
right?
said Gran Torino. Yep, I need the number 1 and the number 8.
Yeah, I'd love to do that for you. Clint Eastwood. And you said he's in all of these, so it's not going to be something silly.
He is he is starring in all of these.
I mean, that's great for him. Space Cowboys?
Incorrect.
Okay.
Is that 2?
In the Line of Fire?
Incorrect.
Okay. Then I don't know.
James, can you steal?
I feel like Zach took all the top level stuff. So I do have some titles that I can choose from, but I'm not confident in any of them, unfortunately. So I'm going to assume that they don't understand the question, and I'm going to go with the movie that won the Academy Award for Best Picture that he's not even in, $1 Million Baby.
Yes, and he's in that movie.
He's totally in that
He's
movie.
totally in
He's
that
in
movie.
$1 Million Baby?
Yeah, he's the coach.
He's the coach. He's trainer.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I just forget about that part.
Yeah, number
Oh,
8.
man.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Good job.
Yep.
Okay.
What's
All right.
number 1?
The Bridges of Madison County,
Is
in
number
that.
1?
which I think for a certain generation or a certain segment of the population, that is a huge Clint Eastwood movie. That was like early 90s. It was him and not Meryl Streep, maybe Julia Moore, maybe it's one of those actresses of that age and prestige.
Okay, can
But,
you
like-
give us like the vote total for like those top 3? Because I bet they're pretty close.
Well, they are. So Bridges of Madison County is number 1 with 23 votes. Good, Bad, and Ugly is 17 votes, and Dirty Harry is 16 votes.
That's still 23 versus
20
17 for
a
Good,
quarter of
Bad, and the
people.
Ugly.
Yeah.
He'd think of him not as a cowboy or like just as the guy from Bridges.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
and
crazy.
who's Tim Robbins' wife? Susan. I mean, that might be Susan Sarandon is in that movie. It's an actress of that ilk.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure who it is. Maybe Zach will look it up while we get ready for the next card.
All right. I should say that Kyle has 5 points, Zach has 1, and James has 4.
Yeah.
If I get this one, Kyle and I tie, and at that point, what do we do for a tiebreaker?
Well,
Okay.
we have 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a 2 more.
It is someone of like the Meryl Streep kind of ilk. It's Meryl Streep.
Oh, it is Meryl Streep. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was who exactly it was. All right. So this one goes to Zach now.
Yep.
Okay. Zach, name an actor or actress famous for starring in vampire movies.
An actor or actress famous for starring in vampire movies.
Correct.
Kristen Stewart.
That's your number one answer. That has 38 votes.
Wow,
Almost
okay.
half of them.
And
How many are there?
There are 6 total, so I need 5 more if you want to play.
Oh man. Do I need full names or last names? Okay.
I could take last names.
Okay. I'll run with it.
Okay, go for
Why
it.
not? Patterson.
Patterson?
Yeah.
No Patterson.
I mean Pattinson.
Well, so is Pattinson your second guess?
No. Come on.
There's no Pattinson either. He's on.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I just hope you'd
I was
waste.
gonna say if he's on there, he corrected it himself. So
It's gonna make you waste
Give it
2
to
on the
him.
wrong. No, Pattinson is not on this.
Okay.
okay.
Tom Cruise.
Yes, Tom Cruise. Number 3.
Okay. Vampire movies.
Vampire movies. I need 4 more.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, number 4.
Will Smith.
No Will Smith. What vampire movie is he in?
I'm Legend.
Oh, that's right. Those are vampires, not zombies. Yeah.
So I have one more guess.
You have 1 more guess, and I need 3 more names.
I don't even know if he's in these movies. I haven't seen Interview with a Vampire in a long time.
Okay.
You've already named the 2 people from that movie.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, Tom Cruise and
The
Brad
2
Pitt.
main people.
Tom Cruise and who?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I said Brad Pitt. Yeah. I
Yes,
did.
you did.
I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of I Am Zombie.
I Am Legend.
I am no. What's the zombie movie with him in it?
World War Z.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Oh, okay. Vampire, zombies, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
One more guess. There's definitely someone that I want to say. Is Wesley Snipes, is Blade a vampire hunter? I'll say Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is number 5. Yep.
Okay.
Need 2 more.
What is? I never watched this show.
The show.
Yeah. What is that person's name?
I like how Tom Cruise is known for being in vampire movies.
Right.
He was in 1 vampire movie.
Same for Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? There's definitely people I want to say, but I can't think of their names right now. I don't know. What is their name?
Talk it out. Name a movie this person's also
No, that
in.
only helps you.
Does it? I don't know if it does.
Well,
You'll get to the name if you can
I don't think that I
think
will.
of other movies they're in.
No, I don't think they will.
All right.
Let's see. John Cusack.
I already have a name in mind, so you're not moving.
Promise
me off
not.
this thing.
Promise not to deviate.
No, but
Okay. Well then, interesting.
but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I don't remember this person's name. All right. I'm hung up on two people, both
Okay.
of whom I think. How many are left on the list?
2.
I think it's these two people.
I need the number
personally.
2 and the number 6. What are their names, Zach?
Yeah, no. One of them has 3 names,
Okay.
but I can't think of that person. The other one's name is alliterative, I think,
Okay.
but I can't think of that person. So I'm gonna pass.
It's just gonna pass. You're gonna take
Yeah,
your third
I
one.
can't think of it. I'll say
Okay.
Val Kilmer.
Wait, are you
Val
passing or are you saying Val
Kilmer.
Kilmer?
I'm saying Val Kilmer.
Okay, that's wrong anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That means I have to get one.
You need
of these
one. I need
2.
the number 2 or the number 6.
I mean, the name that I had is risky
Okay.
because 1, it might be not even the right name.
Okay.
And 2, it's an actor who played Dracula famously, but I might have the name wrong. of
Okay.
This person. And that's really the only thing I have to go on that I'm thinking about right now. This is not a guess. I want to guess Leslie Nielsen, but it's
Okay.
not my guess because he was in a parody of Dracula movies. But really, I think if you're an old person and you have seen like the classic monster movie type stuff, I believe the person who played Dracula was named Bela Lugosi.
That is number 2. You got it.
Well done.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
What was
Well
the
done,
one we
James.
didn't get?
Christopher.
Can I say that? Oh,
What
Go ahead,
were you gonna say, Zach?
I was thinking of Kate Beckinsale and Sarah
Oh.
Michelle Gellar.
Yeah. Buffy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more. Was there ever a movie version of Buffy before the TV show?
There was, but I think it was maybe played by a different actress.
Okay.
Kate Beckinsale made like 6 movies with vampires.
Yeah, Underworld. Yeah, whole bunch of
Yeah.
those.
She wasn't on the list?
No, Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee. Yeah, he's another guy who back in the day was in a bunch of
Yeah, like back in like the 60s and 70s. Yep.
right.
Yep. All right, so that's points to James. Nice job with Bela Lugosi. That's a good pull.
5 to 1 to 5.
All right, so Zach, you're guaranteed to win this one.
How
Great.
dare you?
Let's see. Who do I ask then? I asked James.
Yep.
All right, James, give me
Mhm.
the title of a post-apocalyptic movie.
Oh my gosh. Sure. Mad Max.
Mad Max is number 2.
Now, how many are there?
There are 7 total.
7 post-apocalyptic movies.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna stick with the strategy that's worked so far. Zach,
Pass it to Zach.
name some post-apocalyptic movies.
All right. I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, number 5.
World War Z.
Not on the list.
Planet of the Apes.
Number 1.
Post-apocalyptic movies.
I need 4 more. You have 2 guesses. Sorry, you have 2 more buzzes.
Sure. Um. They Live.
No.
Okay. And War of the Worlds.
Nope. All right, James.
Great.
Get one of these 4.
Sure. I mean, so many. I mean, since Zach can't answer behind me, I'm just gonna say movies, but they're not my answer. Okay, I will settle on one of these.
You're just gonna you're talking.
I'm
you're
just
thinking
talking
out
out loud here.
Okay.
I'm thinking The Postman is post-apocalyptic. I'm thinking Waterworld is
loud.
post-apocalyptic.
You're just stuck on Kevin Costner right now.
Yeah,
Dancing with Wolves.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
The
yep.
Natural.
The Bodyguard.
So
Yep.
Natural is Robert Redford.
All of these.
Bull Durham. Field
Um,
of Dreams. Ghost walking out of the. No way.
Yep. Other movies.
Draft Day.
I kind of feel like one of those two
McFarland USA.
would probably do the trick since I have 5 choices.
You have 4.
4 choices. 4
Mhm.
choices for post-apocalyptic. But I'm not sure either of those movies are popular enough to even get mentioned, especially The Postman. Nobody thinks about that movie ever. So,
They don't.
They really don't.
Diamond in the rough.
And maybe Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. People might think The Road Warrior is, a completely separate movie from Mad Max because a lot of people never saw Mad Max because The Road Warrior is kind of roughly a remake of the original Mad Max. So maybe it's Road Warrior, even though Mad Max has already been answered. This was also after Fury Road, so maybe Mad Max Fury Road is an answer because a lot of people saw that movie and liked it, and it was post-apocalyptic. Oh, this is tough. I never win any game on this podcast. So I hate that it's coming down to this. And I think it's between Postman and The Road Warrior. Or maybe just The Road. Would anybody say just The Road? It's like very obviously a post-apocalyptic movie. I'm going to guess. Can I, out of those 3 guesses,
Mhm.
which I will only pick one of those.
Mhm.
What are the 3 you're picking from?
I'm picking from The Postman, The Road, or The Road Warrior. Out of those 3 guesses, Kyle, is there potential for me to be right?
I can't.
I promise to pick one of those 3. I promise to pick one of those 3.
I can't.
So
I can't tell you that.
You can tell me whether there's a chance to be right if I'm limiting it to those 3, because I will 100% pick one of those 3, regardless of whether you tell me right now if none of them have a chance.
What are your 3?
Either The Road, Postman, or The Road Warrior.
You just forgot about Fury Road and Waterworld just for no reason?
Yes, I don't think it's one of those.
You have no chance.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. All right.
Was it either Fury Road or Waterworld?
I think Waterworld's on there.
None of the movies you guys brought up were any of them.
Okay.
Yep, none of them. So, Planet of the Apes had 29, Mad Max had 26. Everything else had single digits. Number 7,
Brutal.
Escape from New York.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Number 6, Zombie Land.
All right.
Number 5, I Am Legend. You got. Number 4, the one we all missed, The Maze Runner.
Maze
I
Runner.
did forget about that film.
And number 3, Terminator.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is
sure.
kind of pre-apocalyptic.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not post-apocalyptic.
It's got
not
a little post-apocalyptic in it, but
I'm surprised Hunger Games isn't on there. I guess it's not. I guess it's not apocalyptic. It's just dystopian.
yeah. Though I've never seen Maze Runner, so I don't. Is that dystopian? Is that how is that apocalyptic versus dystopian?
It's probably dystopian.
Yeah, I always thought Maze Runner was in the same genre as Divergent and Hunger Games. All those.
What movie is the line "I'm canceling the apocalypse" from?
I don't know.
Is that Independence Day?
I don't think so.
No,
I think it's like
I have no clue.
I just have it running in my head right now.
you should Google that because I've
Yep.
heard that term before.
Okay, Kyle.
Yeah,
Final score: you 5, me 5, Zach
Pacific
2.
Rim.
Pacific
How do we
Rim.
break this tie?
Can you send? Oh, I don't know. Like, can we do like a power round or something? Or Zach, can you give us?
Why don't we send Zach a card?
Ooh, here you go, Zach. You have a card, and then ask us. And we both write down the answer, and whoever gets number 1 wins.
I have I'm gonna do something very similar to that.
Okay.
It'd be more Boggle rules, but James, will you send me a card?
Yes, I will
Okay.
get a card.
Yeah.
So by Boggle rules, I mean you'll both write down as many answers as you can,
Okay.
and whoever has the most correct answers.
And will there be a timer on this?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. There'll be a timer.
Okay. Good.
It will be the length of me reading the speech about canceling the apocalypse from Pacific Rim.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah. So as long as it takes me to read that, and you have to kind of ignore me.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
probably going to take the headphones out and just not listen to you.
No, you're
so-
not allowed to do that.
Oh,
You do
okay.
have to. You have to listen to it.
So Kyle, pay attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
well
hear
done on that,
I
Kyle.
hear Idris Elba saying I'm canceling the apocalypse now.
Yeah.
So Zach, maybe I told you while we wait for James, Amazon had the Lord of the Rings 4K extended trilogy on sale this week.
You texted me a picture of it.
I did.
Yeah.
And it arrived
Right,
today.
Zach.
Very excited for it.
I sent you more questions, Zach. More survey questions
Via text.
via text.
You have an app for that one too, Zach?
Yeah, I do. Okay, I got it, James. Thanks for sending it
Alright.
sideways.
No problem.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work. You're going to write down as many answers as you can think of, and whoever has the most correct answers by the end of my time will win.
Okay.
Okay. Let me save your photo and spin it around
All
so
right.
that I can see it.
It's this dumb iPhone.
Okay. All right. The way we're going to do this is a speed round.
All right.
I'm going to actually do all 4 categories because, James, you missed this, but you only have the amount of time it takes me to read the speech from Pacific Rim.
Which is where Cancel the Apocalypse came from?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You only have, you have to keep your headphones in, so you have to hear it, but try to ignore me. And I'm going to read the speech 4 times for the 4 clues. Okay. So it's going to be the total among the 4 clues.
You read the speech 4 times.
Okay.
Sorry, listener.
What am I trying to guess out of the speech?
You're going to ignore the speech. The speech is our timer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to say the category. You're going to have
going
the,
to start writing names related
Yeah.
to the category.
yeah. And you have to stop when I reach the end of the speech.
What is
Then I'll
the
do the
last
next category.
What is the last word of the speech?
Apocalypse.
Okay, so when he says I'm canceling the apocalypse, then
Yeah.
it's pencils down, pens down.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay. So first category. Name a movie starring Chris Pratt. Today, at the edge of our hope, at the end of our time, we have chosen not only to believe in ourselves, but in each other. Today, there is not a man nor woman in here that shall stand alone. Not today. Today, we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. Today, we are canceling the apocalypse.
All right.
All right, stop writing.
Okay.
Stop writing.
Got it. Yep.
Next category.
That was faster than I thought.
Name 2 actors famous for playing a romantic movie couple. Name 2 actors famous for playing a romantic movie couple.
Oh my gosh. Wait, we just start or we start when you say
Start today.
Kyle was writing early.
Today, at the edge of our hope, at the end of our time, we have chosen not to believe in ourselves, but in each other. Today, there is not a man nor woman in here that shall stand alone. Not today. Today, we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. Today, we're canceling the apocalypse.
All my answers are Idris Elba so far.
Literally got 0.
That's okay. It happens sometimes. Okay. Next category. Kyle, don't start until I say to start.
I'm not writing down the answers. I'm writing down the category on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure you are.
No, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to win fair and square.
How dare you?
Name an action movie from the 2010s.
Any action movie?
Name an action movie from the 2010s.
Okay.
Today, at the edge of our hope, at the end of our time, we have chosen not only to believe in ourselves, but in each other. Today, there's not a man nor woman in here that shall stand alone. Not today. Today, we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. Today, we're canceling the apocalypse. All right, I'm going to need pens down.
Yep, got it.
All right, last category. Name a movie that would be terrible to watch on a first date. Name a movie that would be terrible to watch on a first date. Today, at the edge of our hope, at the end of our time, we have chosen not only to believe in ourselves, but in each other. Today, there is not a man nor woman in here that shall stand alone. Not today. Today, we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. Today, we are canceling the apocalypse.
That's your Idris Elba?
At the end, it was.
Did he go Scottish all of a sudden?
He did. Okay.
So the question is, did we get any of the one? Are we just using the categories, or are we trying to match with what the surveyors?
You're trying to match the
asked?
survey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Trying to match the survey.
I'm screwed.
All right. Name a movie starring Chris Pratt. James, why don't you go first? What do you have?
I have Jurassic World.
That's correct.
Zero Dark 30.
That's correct.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
No, I'm sorry. There's only one Jurassic World.
Lego Movie 1 and 2.
No Lego movies.
No Lego movies?
No Lego movies.
Big L on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyle?
I have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
How did I not get that?
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No.
No. Jurassic World.
Yes.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
No.
And Lego Movie.
No. Okay, so you're 2 and 2 right now.
Yep, 2 and 2.
You guys missed Passengers.
Okay.
Captain America, The Avengers,
Do they think he's Captain America?
Wonder Woman. Yeah, probably.
When you said Chris Pratt,
Wonder Woman.
I also heard Chris. Oh, that's Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. It's the Chris's.
When you said Chris Pratt, I heard Chris Evans at first. So like I get it. People like hear something what they want to hear, and then they go with it.
So you guys are still tied.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't be after this one.
Name 2 actors famous for playing a romantic couple. Kyle?
I have Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
Okay. I have Richard Gere and Julia Roberts.
Yes.
And I have Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
No.
Oh, okay.
James?
I have Tom Hanks and the end.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan. I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I could have gotten that.
And Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall.
Not a chance.
Done.
Next.
Name an action movie from the 2010s. James?
I said Fury Road.
No.
I said Deadpool.
No.
I said Iron Man.
Yes.
I said Captain America.
No.
All right.
Kyle?
I said Fury Road.
No.
I said Star Wars Force Awakens.
No.
And then I got stuck in a rut, so I said Fates of the Furious.
No.
Furious 7.
No.
Fast 6.
No.
And Fast 5.
No.
Okay.
So, Kyle, you're up 1 now. It's The Avengers, The Bourne Supremacy, Fast and Furious, and X-Men.
Okay, Fast and Furious is not from the 2010s. Born Supremacy was not for the 2010s, and X-Men, I guess, is the one was in the 2010s. So.
Early 2010s. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
All
the new class films were in the 2010s.
So going into the last one, Kyle, you're one ahead.
okay.
He's
All right.
gonna stay one ahead because when I answered this, I answered like movies that like movie nerds would pick, not people surveyed.
All right.
So,
Well, let's see.
I
Name a movie that would be terrible to watch on a first date. James.
Sallow
Oh wait, I asked you first last time. Kyle, you
Sallow.
go first.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
I went Schindler's List.
That's number 1.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sophie's Choice,
No.
and then The Breakup.
No.
Okay.
So Kyle's got 1. James, can you beat 1? Sallow and 100 Days of Sodom. 120 Days of Sodom is not on the list.
How about Paranormal Activity?
No.
How about Orgasmo?
No.
How about Antichrist?
That would be a bad one to watch.
These
on
are
a
all
first date.
terrible first dates, but
No.
All right,
Oh,
that's
man.
what I
Anything
got.
else for me?
That's what I got.
I just-
Those
All
are
right,
movies I
Kyle.
would not want to watch on a first date.
Kyle, you won.
just imagine they're outside Hollywood studios asking people, like, tourists, what movie do you not want to take a first date on? Oh, Antichrist for sure.
Okay, they had Halloween, which I think a lot of people saw on first date.
Yeah.
I took a girl to Halloween on a first date. It was great.
The original Halloween or the
No, I mean,
remake?
no, like we rented it. Like I didn't like take her to the theater, but
Saw.
Did you take her to Halloween Town?
no comment.
Saw?
Saw.
Yeah. Okay.
The Exorcist.
That's all.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Why that one? That one's intellectually intriguing. I don't know why you would.
Maybe your date's racist.
50 First Dates.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why that's even on there. And 50
Yeah.
Shades of Grey.
Okay, that'd be a weird one for a first date. Did people half hear what's a good first date movie? Because I think horror movies are often good first date movies.
I think they
As
often
long as
are.
you know the other person is into
Yeah.
horror movies.
Yeah.
If they're not into horror movies, that's
I mean,
not what they're
maybe
looking
not
for.
Saw, but like I don't know. I think Halloween would obviously have been there. So
right.
50 First Dates, maybe just because it's a little sad. I don't know.
Kyle won with a squeaker.
Ooh,
1 point.
Squeaker.
Well done.
All right. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
I think it's fun.
I liked it. Thanks for listening to this episode 546 of the Cinereelists. We appreciate your listenership. Don't forget, send us an email to heyguys@cinereelists.com. Find us on YouTube. Watch us there. Subscribe. You could leave us an Apple Podcast review or support us on Patreon. All those kinds of things we encourage you to do. You could also follow us on social media at Cinereelists, REEL with an S on the end, on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Any of those, you can find Cinereelists accounts related to this podcast on. Or you could follow me on social media on Letterboxd or Twitter at YoJRB.
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Shaubin.
Find me on Letterboxd at Peter SKB.
Next week, we will be discussing the movie Fall and also doing a list.
Are you sure?
And we don't know what list, but we're going to nail it down and communicate properly this time before we sit down to record. And it's going to be a good one. When does fall officially begin? Has it, now that we're in September, it's begun, right?
No, it's not till the autumnal equinox. So that's
When is that?
September 18th?
22nd.
22nd. Thank you.
Okay. So it'll be a pre-fall viewing of Fall.
Yeah.
Nice. Can't wait.
A fall preview.
A fall preview. Nice.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah, so if you haven't seen Fall, it's in theaters, and we'll be doing a related list. If you have an idea for a related list, let us know. and maybe we'll or send us your fall related list, and maybe we'll make a similar list. We've never had that, have anybody do that for us. Anyway, regardless, we'll see you guys there. Until then, keep it cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.